Just 7% of the children in the city of Lynn who attend public school graduate from college, a statistic we cannot ignore. Josh Zoya and his founding team of 3 staff members hit the streets in 2007 to recruit 77 fifth grade students that were willing to take the risk to prove what is possible in Lynn. KIPP Academy Lynn Middle School, the first school of the KIPP Massachusetts region, was born. Today, KIPP Lynn is KIPP Massachusetts, consisting of 2 schools serving 473 kids and families and grades 5 through 9, on the way to 5 through 12 by 2015. Unfortunately, Lynn is not unlike many urban public school systems in our nation. Only 8% of kids in the bottom quartile of income graduate from college, versus 82% from the top income quartile. This inequity of opportunity is in opposition to the American dream. KIPP Massachusetts is doing its part in Lynn and Boston to create great schools for all kids. Our simple and complex objective overall is to provide more low-income kids in the state of Massachusetts, specifically Lynn and Boston, with a college preparatory education and support system that will help them successfully climb the mountain to and through college and live a life of independence. This year in particular is a very important year for KIPP Massachusetts, a year of growth and change, and we have several key objectives we are working to achieve. We need to continue to develop our students' academic skills and character strengths. This means recruiting, selecting, and developing great teachers and leaders, building dynamic school cultures, and using data to thoughtfully drive us forward. We need to secure the financial and human resources necessary for school startup as we grow to serve 2,000 students to and through college. We need to develop partnerships with higher education to ensure our kids have the support they need to graduate from college and move on to the career and life of their choice. Finally, we need to find a facility, recruit staff, and enroll kids to found our KIPP Academy Boston Middle School in August 2012. While meeting these objectives, we must remain relentless in our focus on student outcomes and continue to ask ourselves what we can do to ensure our results are consistently improving. We have learned through the experience of founding 109 schools that we spend a large portion of time in the 5th grade working on remediation with more than half of our students. We've also learned that when our 8th grade KIPPsters leave us, they do not have all the support they need to continue on the path to and through college. We therefore have determined our strategy for growth is to go deep into the communities we serve and provide a KIPP K-12 education wherever possible. At KIPP Massachusetts, as soon as the opportunity presented itself, we requested the seats to open a high school in Lynn and then build the space necessary to house the schools. The next step will be to grow out a K-4 school in Lynn so that we are serving nearly 10% of the public school population in Lynn. In Boston, we did the same in that when seats were available for expansion of charter schools, we requested and were approved for a K-8 school with plans to request more seats to build a K-12 education for our Boston KIPPsters. A KIPP education does not stop in grade 12. We also must support our kids not only to, but through college. Our regional KIPP through college program provides that critical link and will be expanded as our alumni grow. The most critical success factor is a relentless focus on professionally developing teachers and school leaders, and ultimately keeping them. We also focus on modeling for teachers, KIPPsters, and staff, and focus on both academics and character development inside and outside the classroom. Before making any decision, we ask ourselves what is best for our kids and families, the ultimate question that will ensure our effectiveness. The ultimate metrics of success are college graduations and life outcomes. Yearly, we ask ourselves 6 questions to assess the health and impact of our schools. Are we serving the kids who need us? Are our kids progressing and achieving in academics and character? Are KIPPsters staying with us? Are KIPP alumni progressing to and through college? Are we building a sustainable people model? Are we building a sustainable financial model? People sometimes see the outcomes and think we're a militant test score factory. In fact, we place a huge premium on joy at our schools. Whether it's in the classroom or the playing field, we provide lots of opportunities for kids to share their talents, celebrate their struggles and progress. We create a safe space for kids to achieve academically, take risks, and when the time is appropriate, act goofy. This is evidenced by our extremely low attrition rate of 2%. Another common misconception is that we only take high-performing, motivated kids, when in fact, KIPP Massachusetts demographics are identical to the districts we serve in terms of special education, free reduced lunch, and students whose families speak English as a second language. Many of our accomplishments at KIPP Massachusetts emulate that of other KIPP regions across the nation. Bottom line, our kids are outperforming their peers in both suburban and urban schools across the state and country. Specifically, in Massachusetts, our kids and families have accomplished many things. We have the lowest attrition, 2% of all KIPP middle schools, and one of the lowest in the state. Our students are making transformational academic gains, climbing from the 40th percentile to the 85th percentile. An MIT study found that these gains were particularly strong with our English language learners and special education students. We've built a community outreach and adult education program in Lynn that is offered free to anyone living in the city, because we believe education must be supported by the community and our KIPPsters' families. This program includes classes such as English as a second language, parenting skills, and financial literacy. These programs have built a strong bond and trust between our families and our staff, and have given many parents tools to which they otherwise would not have had access. Our challenges historically have been obtaining resources to build out programming at the pace necessary to meet demand. We've been very frugal and responsible with our public dollars and successful with our private fundraising to provide programming for an extended school day and year, as well as extracurriculars, field lessons, and alumni support. We do remain vulnerable to lack of resources for startup and must remain optimistically cautious by growing to meet the demands quickly while not compromising quality. Another challenge is recruiting, staffing, selecting, and developing the teachers, leaders, and staff our students and families deserve. With additional resources, we would expand our KIPP Through College alumni support program by adding staff and building more partnerships with local colleges and universities. We would look at ways to creatively address the recruitment challenges we are facing, such as potentially creating a residency approach to developing college graduates into KIPP teachers. We would also add the resources necessary to grow more K-12 schools in the most needy areas of the state. We need to provide more summer programming options to prevent summer learning loss. We also need to find more ways to share practices with other charters and traditional public schools to have a greater impact on the system and create a more broad-based solution to teacher recruitment and retention.